Hello, and I want to say congratulations on getting this video sent to you. This means you've made it through your initial training, you've had your first sales, and you're starting to really see the opportunity in front of you. Cutco is an amazing product. Vector is an amazing vehicle to getting where you want to go. And as a representative, I wasn't the most skilled in terms of sales. Where I built my Hall of Fame career was always having my demos booked up in front of me, which stemmed from referrals. So the objective of this video is to teach you how to crush your referrals, and it starts with the correct mindset. Um, really the way you need to view it, just in terms of letter grade, so to speak. If a customer gives you less than 5, that's bad. That's a failing grade. 5 plus is okay. 5 plus, you're going to build a sustainable business and you're going to consistently have people you can call. 10 plus is good. You have a chance to really build more referrals than you're able to call and get more selective. 20 plus referrals on a demo, that's a great demo. And just really having the realization that 20 is not a lot. 20 referrals is less than one recommendation per letter of the alphabet. You probably have hundreds of connections on social media and dozens, if not hundreds of connections on your cell phone or Snapchat. Your customers are twice your age and they've met more people. So the first thing I want to share is just the success equation. A lot of people, when they start this job, this is what they think: sales equals income, which is true. And though you can only sell to someone if you have a demo, and you can only have a demo if you have a lead. So the full equation that I want you to write down in your notes is this: is leads equals demos equals sales equals income. Leads equals demos equals sales equals income. Ultimately, the better you are at getting leads, the more demos you're able to do, the more sales you're going to make, and the more successful that you're going to be at this position. So throughout this, as I'm going through, I'm giving you tips. I would recommend pausing and taking notes, and then afterwards reviewing this with your manager. So I've got 7 keys that we're going to dive into today. The first key that I want you to write down in your notes is planned spontaneity. So planned spontaneity. And what this means is that anyone who does something that they're paid well, whether they're a surgeon, lawyer, pretty much any business owner, they've got certain things that they just nail, and that's really what creates their business. They never wing that. A surgeon's never going to wing his surgery. A doctor, a lawyer's never going to wing their trial. They're going to prepare. So your rec approach, before you ever say it, you need to know exactly what you're going to say and exactly how you're going to say it. And to your customers, it should sound like it's coming off the top of your head. So I'm going to share with you guys this rec approach. This is the one we teach in Jacksonville, and I'm going to do it for you just like I would for a customer. Feel free to ask your manager if you would like a copy of this. So, Ms. Jones, how'd you like my demo? All right, great. Well, hey, there's one more very important part, and this is how you can really help me out. I get paid every time I show Cutco, but I can only show it to people I've been personally recommended to. So what I need you to do is grab your phone. Now, if you can access your contacts. All right, perfect. And let me jot down the first 3,000 to 5,000 names. I'm just kidding. 10 would be awesome. I'm not necessarily looking for people you think would buy, just nice people like you that are willing to take a look. I have a pen and paper ready. Let's start with names and then go back and get numbers. Who do you know that's nice? So short, sweet, to the point, in total takes less than 20 seconds. Point number 2, no wimp words. No wimp words. So the beauty of having an approach you can read with confidence is it gets rid of your wimp words, things like about, around, maybe, if you could. Anything like that implies to the customer that some people don't give recommendations. Something as simple as, hey, if you could give me some referrals, or not giving a specific number could lead to you getting 1 or 2 or even 0 because the customer doesn't really understand what you're asking. Number 3, use your sponsorship page. So I'm going to show you an example of this. You can get this on getvectortrain.com. So this is your sponsorship page, and it's also fillable. So if you haven't been using this, the first thing I would recommend is put in any customer that gave you 5 or more referrals to count as a sponsorship because it shows social proof. And you want to incorporate this at the beginning of your presentation as you're sharing your goals. So a little about me, blah, blah, blah. This is why I'm working with Cutco. And these are my specific goals. And what I like to do is I like to have 3 goals. One goal is a Cutco sales goal. So, hey, my goal is to hit $10,000 this campaign, or $10,000 for this push or this fast start. The second goal is something non-Cutco related. My goal here, one of my goals with Cutco is really to develop my public speaking skills, because naturally I'm a little more introverted, but I know I want to go into leadership. And then your third goal should always be something recommendations focused. So for me, I always promoted the sponsorship. I said, yeah, we have this sponsorship. My goal is to fill this out by the end of the month. And at the end, I'll tell you about how you can sponsor me, just like all these other people did. By showing that, whenever someone sees something with a bunch of other people's names on it, at some level, they want to see their name on that list too. So it's an easy way to just go ahead and get them bought into giving you referrals before you've ever even asked for them. Step 4, and really, I think the second most important step, is how you handle objections. The most important is asking correctly. If you follow the approach and you ask with confidence, you get a lot less objections. But inevitably, just like sales, right? You'll ask for the order on the homemaker, they'll say no, you drop down and you find the perfect option for them. Sometimes you'll ask for referrals and they give them to you right away. Sometimes they'll have an objection. There's really 3 objections that you need to be able to handle. The first objection is my favorite: I don't know anyone. Now, when a customer says they don't know anybody, this is really a smokescreen. I guarantee you, if you click contacts in their phone, they're going to have at least a couple contacts. If they really have no friends, you should probably be their friend. An easy way to handle this, and the reason it was my favorite, is because when they said they didn't know anybody, that gave me free reign to tell them who to recommend. So I always made it a point to, when I'm building rapport at the beginning, to find out like where they work, how long they live in their neighborhood, if their kids are involved in anything, because those became great resources to get referrals from. So if I ask a customer, I do the rec approach, and they say, oh, well, I'd love to help you, but I don't know anybody. It's like, okay, well, hey, I know you said your kid plays baseball. Just recommend some people from the baseball team. Or, hey, I know that you said you work at the bank. Who are some other people that work with you? Or I know you said, you're involved in your church. Who are some other people from church? The hardest names to get to that first one. Once you get that first name, it's pretty easy to get to 5, 10, 20. The second one, and I'll annotate this a little bit so I don't know anybody. Tell them who to recommend. The second one, can I give them to you later? Now, this one's definitely the most common one people get when they're new. Think back to the people who said they'd give them to you later. Did they give them to you later? The answer is probably no. Fact is, people mean well, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like working out. Like, no one's really super excited about going to the gym, but once you get there and you start doing it, it's pretty easy. This whole process takes maybe 5 minutes. It's really not a big deal. As soon as you hang up the phone, it's just not going to be a priority for them, and the chance of them doing it later is very slim. So if a customer says, can I give them to you later? The response is, of course. I would love a bigger list later. However, this is the most important part for me. If I don't have referrals, I don't have a job. So let's do your best 5 to 10 right now. Who do you know that is nice? And then go right back into the approach and ask again. And then the third objection, some version of I don't feel comfortable / let me talk to them first. Okay. Here's the deal. I get it, right? And you have to just understand that never in the history of the world has someone's friendship been ruined because they recommend a college kid to somebody to help them with something they're doing to build their resume and earn money for college. What a customer, I think sometimes what they might even actually believe this until you show them how silly it is. Like, If I recommend Betty from work, Betty is like not gonna be my friend anymore. And the next Monday, I'm gonna come into work and I'm gonna go sit down beside Betty at the cafeteria, and Betty's just gonna like scooch over and be like, I can't believe you did what you did. I cannot believe you recommended me to this guy, Bob, who's trying to make money for college and build his resume. First of all, he needs to go into debt like a normal person. And second of all, we're no longer friends. Like, no, that's not going to happen. All they're doing is making an introduction. If you were at their house and their friend came over, they wouldn't stick a lampshade over your head and put you in the corner. They would introduce you. That's all it is. You're just giving them the chance to see Cutco if they want to. It really is not a big deal, but how you respond to that is a big deal. So I'm going to do this like I would if I was asking for a referral. So Miss Jones, how'd you like my demo? Great. Well, hey, there's one more very important part, and this is how you can really help me out. See, I get paid every time I show Cutco, but I can only show it to people I've been personally recommended to. So what I need you to do is grab your phone. All right, now if you could access your contacts. All right, and let me jot down the first 3,000 to 5,000 names. I'm just kidding. 10 would be awesome. And I'm not necessarily looking for people you think would buy, just nice people like you that are willing to take a look. I have a pen and paper ready. Let's start with names and then go back and get the numbers. Who do you know that's nice? Well, I'd love to help you out, honey, but I would want to talk to him first. I don't feel comfortable. I, I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong? Like, are you sure? Because if I was rude or anything, like, I am terribly, terribly sorry. Oh, okay. It wasn't me. You promise. Okay. So, Miss Jones, I promise that I'll treat your friends with the same respect I treated you. But if I don't have recommendations, I don't have a job. And I mean, this is how I'm planning to pay my way through college. So let's do this. If there's anyone you really need to talk to them. Let's just get a couple people who wouldn't mind if I at least asked. Keep in mind, you're just giving them a chance to see me if they want to. They can always send over the phone. So who are one or two people I could at least ask? And then you just drop down and get their best 1 to 2, and then you can thought jog them up to 5 or more. So the last objection, be shocked, like the Pikachu face, if you've seen that meme. It's like, right? And then, I'm sorry, did I do something wrong? You got to think the only reason someone wouldn't recommend someone to something is assuming you ask the right way and you do a friendly, positive demo, is either they didn't like the product that you were showing and people love Cutco, or they didn't like the representative, and obviously people are going to love you. So did I do something wrong? And they're going to be like, no, you were great. Okay. I promise I will treat your friends with the same respect I treated you. Without referrals, I don't have a job. For me, this is the most important part. Who are 1 to 2 people I can at least ask? Smiley face. And referrals, it's just like sales, 10, 10, 80. 10% of the time, you're just not going to get referrals. 10% of the time, they'll give you referrals no matter how you ask. This message is about really how to convert those 80% of people who will give you referrals as long as you ask the correct way. Couple other tips I'll wrap up with. Tip number 5 is no matter how many they give you, I call tip number 5 the Chick-fil-A, which it means thank them and ask for the next level of the sponsorship. So after you ask for the order, you handle objections, say they give you 2. Awesome. Thank you for those 2, Miss Jones. Hey, if you give me just 3 more, you count as a sponsor and I'll get to put you on my sheet. Could you think of 3 more? Going from 2 to 5, that's massive. That's 150% increase, right? If they give you 5, it's like, hey, thank you for these 5, Miss Jones. If you get to 10, it would count as a double sponsor and help me out twice as much. You think you could think of 5 more? If they give you 10, hey, Miss Jones, if you get to 20, I can hook you up with a free veggie peeler. And with this, like, you have people who give you 2, and then you thought jog them to 5, and then you thought jog them to 10, and then you thought jog them to 20. The next step would be promote your record. Ms. Jones, thank you for these 20. Just so you know, my record's 27. Think you could beat 27. Hey, you got 28. Hey, you want to make it a nice round 30? That'd be awesome, right? So continue to thank them and ask for more, just like Chick-fil-A or any other restaurant does. And then the last tip is using free stuff to help you get more referrals from the customers you really want a lot of referrals from. Here's the deal. Someone buys a signature or homemaker, all their friends are probably going to buy signatures and homemakers. Don't be too stingy with your free stuff. If you have someone who, gets a homemaker from you and they give you a couple referrals, find something else they like and offer that for free for, whatever number you feel is worthy. I wouldn't give free stuff for less than 10, and really I like to do it for 20 or more. But if you have someone who's going to give you two and you're like, Miss Jones, I know you really like that, that ice cream scoop, but you were thinking about waiting, because referrals are so important. If you hook me up, you can get me to 10 referrals or 20 referrals, I'll throw that ice cream scoop for free with you on your order. Do you think you could do that? So those are just a few tips. So number one, just to review, ask with confidence, have an approach. If every time you ask, you're saying different things, you don't have an approach, you're just going on a wing and a prayer. So follow an approach, eliminate your wimp words, show social proof and tie them into your goals, handle objections, always end on a no, and then use the free stuff to help you get more referrals. And then the bonus tip, I told you I would give you 7, is utilize social media. I'm going to share this one more time as a bonus sponsor. So what I promote is any customer who does this, I don't care if they give me 20 referrals or 0 referrals. If they post this up on their Facebook, they'll count as a sponsor. So this is the verbiage. It's on the same recommendations document. So it says who can help out. They would tag you as a great kid, and they're working really hard towards a scholarship, and every appointment he makes helps him towards his goal. It's a simple presentation for Cutco. The great thing is that you're under no obligation to purchase anything. It helps them either way. These are online presentations and that can be done regardless of where you live, and they take less than an hour. If you think you might be able to help, please comment below, like this post, or message him directly, tag you again so he can contact you. Thank you for reading this and for your help. Please make sure you reach out to help this hardworking student. Have a great day. So recommendations is the fuel of your business. Leads equals demos equals sales equals income. Send your takeaways to your manager and continue to crush referrals. Have a great day.